Hello students, viewers of Physics Gope. Good afternoon. In the last video we had discussed bending of beams and we had derived bending moment. Of course it was not completed. We had derived up to this stress is equal to y into z by r. Y is Young's modulus of elasticity, r is radius of curvature, and z is the distance of the filament from the neutral surface at the neutral axis. This diagram we had drawn. Now consider this rectangular beam and just take a section of it. This section of rectangular beam looks like this. Here we have taken the rectangular section, considered the rectangular section L, M and P. This shaded part, this represents the neutral surface, this EF, this portion. This represents the neutral surface and the neutral axis lies in this neutral surface. Suppose there is a small area delta A at a distance z from this neutral surface. The forces which helps in elongation due to the load acts above EF, and those forces which are responsible for contraction, they act below EF, and those forces are perpendicular to this section. This section L, M and T, it is perpendicular to the length of bending or plane of bending. Here it is perpendicular, and the forces acting, the expanding forces and the contracting forces, they also act perpendicular to this section. We have considered a small element of area delta A above neutral surface, and it is at a distance z from the neutral surface. Then let us find out the force acting on this small element delta. Force acting on the element delta. We know that stress is equal to force per area. Then what will be the force? Force is equal to force acting on area delta A will be equal to, since stress is equal to force per area, then force is equal to stress into area. Stress into area. But stress is yz by r and area is delta A. So this is the force acting on this small element of area delta A. Now find out the moment of the force about the axis EF. Moment about the axis EF. Here consider this is EF. Along this expanding force, along this contracting force, this is E, this is F. So a couple develops, and we will calculate the moment of this force. Moment of the force about the axis EF will be how much? force into distance of the area. So force into Z. In place of force, use this. What we will obtain? This is yz by r into delta I into z. It will be equal to yz square by r into delta I. So this is the moment about the axis EF. Hence, what we will do? Moment of the forces acting on whole area L, M and T. Moment of forces acting on the whole area L, M and T. Instead of writing area, whole section L, M and T. How we will find out? We can divide this L, M and T. L, M and I am drawing the diagram separately. This is L, M and T. Here it is EF. We have taken a single area delta I. We can divide this L, M and T into so many small areas of small areas of delta I. We can divide it into delta A, delta A, delta A, delta A like this. So moment of the forces acting on all the area. How we will find out? We will make a sum of it. Then sum will be how much? It will be y by r summation of z square del A. This is you see, this is EF. Suppose this is at a distance Z1. Another small area, it is at distance Z2. From whom? From EF. This is at distance Z3. This is at a distance Z4. Like this, we have divided it into, suppose, n small areas. How many small areas? N small areas. Let L, M and T be divided into n small areas, each of value delta I, del A. Then how can we express this summation of z square del A? Summation of z square del A. Z square del A. We can write it as z1 square del A plus z2 square del A, each of same value of area. Therefore, we are writing del A, we are multiplying del A in each term. How many parts? Into how many parts we have divided? N parts. Therefore, we will write zn square del A. Now take del A common. Z1 square plus Z2 square plus dot 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 plus Zn square del A taken common. Now divide it by n and multiply it by n. In the next step, let us multiply n and divide by n. Now this is n into del A. We have divided L, M and T into n sections, each of area del A. Then if we multiply n into del A, we will get the total area of L, M and T. And since n into del A, it is equal to A, that is area of L, M and T. Then come to this part, Z1 square plus Z2 square plus dot 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 plus Zn square by n. This expression you come to rotational dynamics. Suppose there is an axis, it is a body, it is divided into n parts, Z1, Z2, like that, Zn. We have taken square of all these, Z1 square, Z2 square, Zn square divided by n. This gives us radius of gyration, square of radius of gyration. Radius of gyration is denoted by k, and it is equal to Z1 square plus Z2 square plus dot 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 plus Zn square divided by n. This is the radius of gyration. Then in place of this we can write how much? K square. It is root over of this is equal to k. Then this is equal to k square, as Z1 square plus Z2 square plus dot 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 plus Zn square divided by n is equal to k square, where k is radius of gyration. If we take square of the distance from the axis and make their sum, divide it by the number of sections, that means mean of the squares, that gives us radius of gyration. Then what will be Z square del A? Therefore sum of Z square del A is equal to, here we will write A, here we will write k square, so k square into A, or just write in a reverse manner, sum of Z square del A is equal to A k square. Previously we have obtained a moment of forces acting on it. Moment of forces how much? Y by R. Moment of forces about EF we had obtained Y by R sum Z square del A. We had already obtained it. Now put this here, then what it will give? It will give moment of forces, hence moment of forces about EF is equal to Y by R into AK square. and this moment of forces about EF, actually it is called the bending moment. Actually it is the internal resistance to the bending. This is actually internal resistance to the bending, and therefore it is called internal bending moment. And when the body is in equilibrium, this internal bending moment is equal to external bending moment. So we can write this implies applied bending moment or it is also called internal bending moment, and this is same as external bending moment. External bending moment is equal to YA square by R. Y is Young's modulus of elasticity, radius of curvature, area of the section, and square of the radius of gyration. This is expression for external bending moment. But this AK square, it is represented by a letter I subscript G. AK square is replaced by IG, where AK square is equal to IG, and this is called geometrical moment of inertia. Geometrical moment of inertia. This is geometrical moment of inertia of section LMNT. Thus, this bending moment is proportional to Y. Bending moment is directly proportional to Y. That means Young's modulus of a material. If Young's modulus of a material is more, then bending moment is more. That means its internal resistance to bending is more. Then we will discuss two special cases for rectangular cross section. Rectangular cross section. Our A is equal to B into D. We have taken L, M and T. This is L, M and T. This is V, this is D. Then its area A is equal to breadth into depth. So A is equal to B into D. Then our Y is equal to bending moment is equal to bending moment. I am writing shortly. Bending moment is equal to Y A K square by R. In place of A, we will write BD Y B D K square by R. But for a rectangular cross section, we can write moment of inertia for a rectangular body. It is I is equal to m d square by 12. See, this is D and this is B. We have EF here. This much is D, this much is B. About this EF forces are acting. So it acts like axis. So since it acts like axis, the formula is, so axis is passing in the middle of this. So moment of inertia is md square by 12. Suppose the axis were like this, then it would be mb square by 12. So here md square by 12. But this is equal to our mk square. So what is k square? K square is equal to d square by 12. We have read it in rotational dynamics. This implies d square by 12 is equal to k square. Now use this here. Then bending moment will be bending moment it will be equal to ybd by r into d square by 12. This implies bending moment is equal to ybdq by 12r. This is for a rectangular cross section. Then second case, if it is a rod instead of being bar, then for a rod it is circular cross section. For circular cross section, this bending moment is equal to yak square by r. For circular cross section, A is equal to pi r square, area of cross section, and moment of inertia is equal to 1 by 4 mr square. R is the radius of the circle. R is radius of circle. Then this is equal to mk square. This implies what is k? K square is equal to 1 by 4 r square. Put this k square here and put the value of a here. A is equal to pi r square and k square is equal to 1 by 4 r square. What will be then the bending moment? Bending moment will be equal to y by r. A के जगह pi r square and k square के जगह 1 by 4 r square. This r square into r square multiplied r4. So we will get pi y r4 divided by 4 into capital R. This is for circular cross section and that for. So this much in this video, and we will come with new topic in the next video, that is also from elasticity, which is yet to be completed. Okay, goodbye.